I think real dope that he mentioned it. That he had a lot of gay stuff that was coming his way. So maybe he settled because he probably had evidence of like
Don't do that.
other stuff.
Yeah,
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying it
no,
could be.
don't just say
Could
that's
be.
the problem. We always try to make up and add to some shit. Like not for you personally, but that bro, leave that to women. Women do that and gossip and all that stuff. We don't have nothing to believe or nothing that will lead us to believe that that's what happened. It's just speculation, bro. And you wouldn't
I
want
know.
nobody.
I'm speculating. I'm
You
speculating.
wouldn't
I'm
want
just saying
nobody
like
doing that to you.
no,
If
but I'm being funny, but
That's
I'm
my
speculating.
that's my
I don't know. But
that's
but
my
to
hot
your
that's my
point,
hot
Willie,
take.
you
That's my
said
conspiracy.
yeah,
I
but
think all this shit is all fake. Cause look,
Willie, you said that you don't care if you're innocent, you're not settling, right? You're not
yo,
paying no money,
whoa. I'm not selling a motherfucking thing. If
right?
you accuse
Right.
me of something, we're gonna go to court. We're gonna let a jury or our peers figure this shit out. Because one thing I'm not ever gonna do is be lied on by a woman. It's
All
have to
right.
be
So
Exactly.
why do you think Shannon settled?
because it's
If you're to
cheap,
take a guess, if you're to
cheaper
take
for
a
him.
guess,
It's cheaper for him to do so, and he knew how bad that shit probably was gonna look. You got to consider, even if he didn't do it, you got to go convince 12 other motherfuckers that you didn't do it. You got to go convince a jury you didn't do it. So I understand why he settled, but my problem is that there is a possibility of settling. Fuck that. If you ever get accused of a woman says you sexually essayed her or whatever, you got to take that to trial. Ain't no settling. Ain't that? I don't believe that should be legal because
so then
again,
what's the difference between you and Shannon? Like, I'm just trying to say, like, why do you? I mean,
I don't
apart
have
from him being like this
one. The
cheaper,
main difference is I don't fuck with white
yeah.
women. Two, the second difference is I don't have nobody sue me $50 million for saying I want to go upside their head after I suck a fart out their ass. And three, I'm not stupid.
Mhm.
Okay, there you
Those are
go.
the primary differences.
Yeah,
I
I
want
agree,
to say I
and
want to
that's
say
where we
something.
think you. I agree. I agree.
Me and Willie disagree here.
I agree.
It's a
I agree with him.
Me and Willie disagree here. It's a few niggas who I think gay because I'm like, oh, this nigga's gay. So I'm gonna say this shit. Like, that's my conspiracy. That's my conspiracy. And I could be completely wrong. Like a lot of to me, one of the things that kind of get weird, one of the pieces of evidence to me is like when a nigga's talking about a woman in a way that niggas don't talk about women. Like,
Mhm.
I'm gonna stick my tongue up your ass so far it's gonna come out your eyes. Men don't say this stuff like that. Like
Hey,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's weird.
Like
See
that
that,
sound like
that
some.
real dope. That's what you think. You don't think they do that. Motherfuckers do that though. Without
I'm
they, not everybody go put their business out there like that. Did you not
If
hear
I
me?
ever come
I
across a
said
man and say he want to lick a
Viz
fart
got
out my
that shit.
ass,
Viz raised his goddamn hand up and he did it proudly. He know what he do. He ain't fight me on it. He say, no, he wrong. No, because he know. People do shit like that behind closed doors. You don't know what they doing. You don't know what's happening.
You absolutely right. I can't be 100% positive of anything, but I can tell you how what I perceive. Like, I'm a man, so I'm gonna tell you, oh, niggas don't do that. Because Hank, you can't sit up here and say like, oh, like a man ain't going. It's some things that you think a men don't do, and obviously some men do those things, but you want to say like, yo, to my knowledge, like men, we don't
I'm some man,
operate
so
that way.
I can't argue with you. If my old lady screenshot our conversations, you niggas would think it was some
No,
kitty shit going on at our house.
listen, I'll say some nasty shit to my girl, right? But it's just certain things though that like the way certain niggas say certain things, I'd be like, yo, men. I've known like certain gay people like throughout my life who's like, yo, niggas don't talk like that. Just come out the closet. Like, why are you trying to force us to think that you like women? I get it. I get why
You
you would
just
try to do it.
real
You said
dope. You
what?
just sit there and say you say certain things to your girl, right?
Yeah, I think yeah.
It ain't nasty if it's to your girl.
No.
What's
But
the difference?
I'm gonna stick my tongue so far up your ass, something gonna come out your eyes. Like, that's just, I don't know. That just seemed like something that like a nigga who think men talk like that would try to sound like a man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
So,
y'all
but
think
why
bro
do
gay because he was hanging
you
out with
put
the
that
stylish
sexual
nigga.
jacket on? And we know if a woman sit there and call us gay, we be ready to go at it.
No, I don't care.
Ready to have a
I
dropout
don't care if a woman
argument,
call me gay.
fuss and fight, and ready to do what we got to do to prove we ain't gay. But we gonna sit
I
there and, as men, we gonna put that gay jacket on. Now, if
Hank,
there
I
was
don't care if a
proof that
woman
it
call
was
me
he was
gay.
like that, you said what?
I don't care if a woman call me gay. You know, I'm tired of women and try to call me gay.
What?
I don't understand real dope.
Hey.
You say you don't like talk, you don't like to speak freaky shit to the woman, but you don't mind a woman call you gay.
You do this every time.
Man, help me out, brother.
He said, "I don't like
this shit out.
freaky to women." You do that every time. You
Hey,
know, you care
hey,
if a woman
some
called you
people-
gay right now in the comments, and you think a woman ain't looking at you and hearing how you talk in the comments, she be like, "Oh, them niggas on there gay, like over there talking to men on a king talk on a Tuesday. Like, why y'all talking to you? All y'all want to go be with y'all girls? You don't think girls gonna say nonsense like that?"
No, only people say shit like that are miserable bitches. Regular women ain't talking about that. The only people that argue with strange men on the internet are all miserable bitches, bro. Every one of them. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't care if a girl call me gay. I don't care if a girl call my meat. Like, you don't know what my meat look like. Like, girl, like they gonna try and see all stuff like that.
I do got this statement that I want to put out there, and it's in reference to this Shannon Sharpe thing. Just because it's consent doesn't mean it's appropriate. Just because it's consent doesn't mean it's appropriate. How do you guys feel about that statement?
Consent makes everything appropriate as long as it's legal.
Yeah, I don't get that one.
I do, and that's why I was saying that him messing with a prostitute is just.
So what are we basing it on? Like, what is the definition of appropriate? Because it's got to be some sort of rule book or metric that we can actually adhere to when you say that. So what are we talking about?
Go ahead, JR. You want to give an example, or can I give one?
I mean, you can give an example. This was something that came up in some conversations I was having on the internet about just because it's consent doesn't mean it's appropriate. So a lot of times people with this whole situation, they're saying that it was consensual, but because he worked for a corporation and he is a representative of them, doesn't necessarily mean that it was appropriate. So that was the argument between everything as far as, yeah, true, it was consent, but it wasn't appropriate. So
I'll give you one, Willie. I'll give you an example, Willie, and you tell me what you feel.
So you're saying if you
hold on, Liz, let's straight go because he's trying to get an example. So
I'm gonna give you an example. So to JR's point, something that although it's consensual, is inappropriate. If a 12-year-old consented to I'm giving you an example.
I knew you
of what that means. I'm giving you an example.
Like that. That's illegal.
What?
No. It's not legal in certain states, and it's not legal.
It's illegal in every state. 12-year-old. It's illegal in every state.
All right. So if a 12-year-old, wants,
let's just stop you there.
No, Viz, let him go. Let him go,
man. There's Stella Rose kicking in already, man.
I got it, bro. Let him finish.
No,
okay. Listen. I'm just giving him Willie and Dope.
Don't do that.
Willie and Dope wanted an example. Okay, fine. I'll give another one.
I got you, man. Because you just ran all the way off the cliff on that one.
Well, I'm giving an example.
That was a horrible example.
If me and my woman,
how was it horrible?
Wait, hold on.
How was it horrible?
So let's say you're a pastor, right? So you're saying that you have to have vanilla sex with your wife because anything outside of that is inappropriate.
Sorry?
Well, Viz, to your point, that means that the metric we're talking about here is the Bible, right?
Yes. I'm always speaking from that part, by the way.
That's the problem. Well, I don't know how, because you just talking about a 12-year-old. They ain't shit about 12-year-olds fucking in the Bible. But
where in the Bible does it?
I was giving you an example. I wasn't saying it should be done.
Unless you in the Catholic Church, I don't think that's part of it. Nobody says.
I was just giving an example. I never said that.
So this is the thing, right? So we're talking about two adults. So the only thing that makes something appropriate is if it's legal or not. If me and my woman decide that we want to go outside and have sex in front of a bunch of senior citizens, is it legal? No. That's why it's inappropriate. But if we decide that we want to go to a swingers club and fuck in front of a bunch of strangers, is it legal? Yes, so it's appropriate. The law is what makes these things inappropriate here. Nothing that he did apparently was against the law. So you can't say that it's inappropriate. But what you can say as an organization, like what ESPN did, the way that you conduct yourself in public, we do not feel is appropriate for what our views, morals, and standards are. That's why they fired him.
But why would they have that standard? Why would they have that standard?
Because ESPN is owned by Disney, nigga. That's why.
No, but why though? Why is the act of what Shannon did so inappropriate that they would fire him?
Because he was playing, he wanted the girl to call him the N-word and play. He had slave fetishes and shit.
Okay, so although it's legal, it's still inappropriate.
It's only inappropriate to ESPN. It's not inappropriate to them two because they agreed to it.
Okay.
Well, I think the inappropriate thing was Well, straight like that. I think the inappropriate part was he's after booty snatching. He was accused of being a booty snatcher.
I ain't hear that part, so I can't speak to that.
But Hank, at the same time, it's inappropriate because if ESPN is saying we have to fire you because if we allow this type of person to be on the air for a family network, it's going to bring down revenue because other people that want to spend their money don't want to spend it with the organization. So it's not just ESPN; it's the consumers that's going to say, "Why do you have this man on your platform, being a representation of our brand when it's a family network?" So it's not just ESPN; it's the consumer. So it's inappropriate, as JR was trying to give you the correlation. Although it's legal, there's certain things you can do that's just not appropriate. It's just not. Although it's legal, everyone knows that.
That's we can't.
Don't do the appeal to authority. Everybody don't know that.
So you think Walt Disney wasn't out eating ass too?
Walt Disney had a black girl fetish. It was damn near illegal to date black women. Like, what are we talking?
The only reason why this is getting any pushback or they fired him is because he got into the public eye. They don't care what they're doing. Hollywood is probably the freakiest industry that you can be in. Everybody in Hollywood doing some weird ass shit. So it's not about or inappropriate shit. It's not about it being inappropriate. It's about it being put into the limelight to where everybody can see it and talk about it.
Which makes it inappropriate, but that's why though. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Nobody's talking about Tyler Perry's $250 million lawsuit though. Like, ain't nobody talking about his. Like, black women love to get on Shannon Sharpe. He's with a white girl, but they ain't got shit to say for Tyler Perry, who's with white dudes.